Welcome. r/Talesfromtechsupport. Request denied. First time poster here, but a long time lurker. I work in a moderately sized company, where we have both internal employees and contractors at client sites. My job is about what you would expect: fix issues as they come in, image and set up machines, and deal with standard BS mixed in. I've been there for a few years now, and have some great stories. This one comes from the beginning of the year when a new user thought he could game the system for a better machine. We are about a 50/50 split in PC and MacBooks. The machines that each user get are very similar in specs. The determination of what machine they get is based on the client and their position. Of course, PC users who don't like PC will do what they can to get a MacBook, only to get denied. We also get MacBook users who want upgrades to a newer system, citing slow systems, and needing the latest and greatest to get their work done that magically gets done anyways. That brings us to the user at the center of my story today. This happened just after Apple released the latest MacBook Pros with the atrocious touch bar and butterfly keyboard that I loathe. Naturally, we get a dozen or so requests the next day, all of which are marked with the same response. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Both PC and Macs have a 4-year lifespan. When the lifespan expires, we upgrade as inventory allows. Naturally, we get a few users who show up and try to plead their case in person, and I turn them away. Then I get our specific users who won't take no for an answer. We'll call him Mike. Mike is a diva. Mike will always go to bat for himself, prop himself up, and complain every step of the way. He's a good developer, but he's not as good as he says, according to the guys who work with him. For some reason, Mike looked at that touch bar MacBook and determined he had to have it. Mike puts in a ticket like everyone else, going on and on about how the touch bar functionality is suddenly vital to his job. Spoiler, it isn't, and he should be able to order one. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Copy/paste/close. Mike was in my office within 10 minutes. Mike, help desk hero, why did you reject my ticket? Because your machine is only 2 years old. You don't need a new one. Mike, but my machine has been really slow the last month and I think I should get an upgrade. Where's your ticket for the slow system? Mike, I'm too busy to deal with your ticketing system. Then I can't help you if I don't know there's a problem. Mike stormed out of the office after more whining. I wasn't stupid, though. He wasn't going to give up. I went ahead and reopened his request ticket and updated it with our conversation in my office. Sire, everyone. A week later, a ticket comes in. MacBook has a broken screen. Yep, it was Mike's. Mike included a picture of the broken screen in the ticket to help me out, of course. Sure enough, half the screen was unusable. Before I can even reach out to him, he's in my office with the MacBook. He's doing his best to look upset. So how did it break, Mike? Mike, I'm not sure. I walked away for a little bit to use the bathroom, came back, and it was broken. Screens don't just blow up like this, Mike. Something had to have happened. Mike, I don't know what happened. Help desk hero. It wasn't my hill to die on just yet, but I told him to give me a bit to see what our Apple Care coverage included. He disappeared as I pulled it up, confirming that we got a discount on accidental damage, but it wasn't fully covered. Just about everything else was. A quick call to Apple Enterprise Support confirmed it wasn't going to be cheap to replace, somewhere around $700 with our discount. I go to my boss and tell him the whole situation. Of course, I can't prove he was the one that broke the screen and he's going to at least need a loaner before we decide what to do. Boss, what do we have in inventory? We are pretty tight right now. Just a couple available. We have a pending quote for our restock with the new models. Boss, do we have any other machines? Before I answered, it dawned on me, we still had older MacBooks. You know, the really fat ones with the disk drives still in them. The ones that, at this point, were about 6 years old, and we kept for emergencies. Boss had the same idea and we both shared a laugh. Boss, go get one of the Fat Macs. Image that and don't tell him it's just a loaner. Let's let him sweat. Mike came back not long after, and I told him that we were still deciding what to do about his machine, but that I would at least get him a loaner for the time being. Mike somehow twisted this around into hearing that he was getting a new machine. Mike, okay, when you order a new one, I need more than 16 gigs of memory. I need 32 gigs and a stronger processor. Oh, and a 1TB SSD. Thanks help desk hero. Before I could even break the news to him, he was gone. Oh hell no, you did not just do that. I took great pride in imaging that fat MacBook. I got everything ready for it and messaged him that the loaner was ready for pickup. He came upstairs and almost fainted when he saw his temporary machine. Mike, I can't use this. Yes you can. Log in. Mike, this machine is so old, but it has a fresh image on it, so it should run faster than your other machine, right? After going through his setup, he stormed out of the office. It wasn't long before his boss showed up wanting to know what the hell was going on. After a quick explanation and showing him the broken MacBook, he just sighed and shrugged. He asked if we were going to give him a new machine. I told him he wasn't getting rewarded for breaking a company asset, but I'd get a replacement that matched the one he broke. His boss agreed and let it die. Apple got the repair done pretty fast, and I messaged Mike to come pick it up. He was in my office so fast, ready to throw the fat MacBook out the window. Much to his disappointed and my delight, he saw his old machine ready to go with a brand new screen. Mike, but that smiled machine. Yes, Apple got the repair done pretty fast. All your data was saved, so you can do a quick swap. Mike, but that's not what I requested. And your request was denied. That didn't change. Mike took the machine and left. I wiped the old machine and tucked it away. A couple of weeks later, we got a shipment of the new MacBooks in, but didn't tell anyone about it. Around that time, a ticket came in for new users to join the same team Mike was on. I made sure those new users got to shiny new MacBooks because I'm that petty. After they went through their setup, they made their way to the area they worked. A few minutes later, a ticket came in. Yes, it was from Mike. New employees have updated MacBooks on our team. I feel I should have one as well as a senior employee. I shrugged. Request denied. Your machine is within a lifespan and still under warranty. Copy/paste/close. Edit. Well, this certainly blew up. Thank you for silver, gold and platinum. I will share more stories with you all for sure. Never agitate the IT guy. Have a graphics department that usually gets the newer machines. Normally I give the new model to the graphics department and migrate their 1-year-old machine to other departments with lower computer needs. 1 year the newer model literally had only a slightly better processor with every other spec the same on the new models. I chose to just push them out to the people with the oldest computers. No hand-me-downs. Yep, that made that department mad. I explained the situation and refused to install them. They took it to their boss. I explained to him as well and told them it was not even worth the time to swap them. In principle, I would agree with this position. If you have the new shiny hardware, older employees should get upgraded first. In this case, however, no. Just no. Give him the oldest thing you can get away with, forever. You cannot promote or reward that kind of holier-than-thou attitude, nor the untitludness, nor the utter disrespect for company hardware. And if he complains, well, there's already a very detailed paper trail clearly stating there was out-of-warranty damage to company hardware while it was in his care, so it would be unwise to dispense brand new hardware to him, lest it happen again. Just being safe, after all. Greater than sign : close bracket. Also, FFS, you don't open a ticket requesting a hardware upgrade. You talk to the people that can make it happen and say, hey, I don't know if I'm in the rotation to get new hardware, but if I'm not, could you see if you could squeeze me in? A formal request will get you shut down. An informal plea could just make it happen, with a bit of luck. Flies and honey, people. It folks have a way of prioritizing, either to the benefit or detriment of the requester, tickets, based on previous history. This goes well beyond help desk and tech support. Plenty of sysadmins and engineers work the same way. If your request comes in politely, concisely, through the correct channels, and includes all of the necessary information to address your issue, it will get handled quickly. Requests like it's broke, or can't connect with no other details, not even the system or application in question, will not get handled quickly, if for no other reason than there is a required back and forth interaction to establish the nature of the problem in the first place. And we remember. Oh, we remember. The DBA who is always polite when she needs a new system spun up, and always gives full specs, including big cloud provider instance sizes, when appropriate. Her tickets get handled first. And if she has something a little odd that she needs help with, well, we'll go out of our way to make it happen. The developer who keeps sending in passive aggressive "it's broke, and it's your fault and you're keeping me from doing my work" messages, without mentioning what it is, his tickets get handled much later. And if he needs help connecting to a system or a configuration change, it's going to be handled absolutely last. Yes, these are very real examples. Ticket priority is only part of how things are addressed. We may justify it as low-hanging fruit or simpler tasks that could be addressed between meetings or some other way of explaining it, but given the choice between two tickets of a given priority/urgency/severity/whatever, it will help the nicer user every day of the week. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.